see thoughts, race, life's a twisted place. No time to erase.
I heard Bible. What's good?
How's it going? I'm gonna be super fast. I kind of just wanted to ask a question
Sure
towards
thing.
your brain set. I wouldn't consider myself a friendly. So if I was to tell you I'm gonna take your girlfriend, in like a modern sense, would you believe that I'm implying physically? Like,
If you were to come up to me and say, "I'm gonna take your girlfriend," what I assume that's physically? Well, it could mean a lot of things. You could say, "Take my girlfriend because I'm not treating her right, so you're gonna treat her better than me," or you're gonna flirt with her, et cetera, stuff like that.
yeah. So I think that's a very common way to think of it. If somebody was to come up to you and say I'm gonna take your wife,
Mhm.
I would assume that you wouldn't automatically assume that he means in a physical or negative connotation. I don't even believe, to my knowledge, I think it would be a contradiction to believe that God is implying that he's going to physically take these women. I think that would be a contradiction to his deity and the Trinity itself. So I don't believe that that's what the text is implying. I think that yes, take means take time, but I think that I just it could be he could have allured them, which would have been to their, which would have been with their consent, and alluring or convincing somebody, regardless of if it's of what methods are used, a consent has been gained, and that's just more where I would draw my mind to when he's saying that, oh, I'm going to take your wife and have them lay with men in broad daylight. Well, maybe he's saying that tragedy is going to come across, and I'm going to have somebody else come and finesse your girl out of you, and everybody's going to see it. I don't think that I would just automatically imply that he's going to physically take these women against their will. I think that's very intellectually dishonest.
Okay. The reason why that's not dishonest is because like this lines perfectly with what God has done before. Have you read Deuteronomy 21:10?
You could read it for me.
All right, Deuteronomy 21:10, because like this lines up exactly with what God has done before, and Deuteronomy is before Samuel, so we know this is what he means. When you go out to war against your enemies, and the Lord your God gives them into the hands, and you take them captive, suppose you see among the captives a beautiful woman whom you desire and want to marry, and so you bring her into your house, and she shall shave her head, pare her nails, discard her captive garb, and remain in your house for a full month, mourning her mother and her mourning her father and mother. After that, you may go in her and be her husband, and she shall be your wife. That's Deuteronomy 21:10. Deuteronomy 21:10 to 13.
So I think that there's a lot of instances and topics in the Bible that God isn't, that it would seem that God is particularly not, I guess from an atheist standpoint, he's promoting such topics such as rape and slavery and things of that nature. But from a Christian or biblical standpoint, there is been multiple times, I would use divorce as one, probably the best one. God verbatim says that I hate divorce, but he then also goes on to provide guidelines and ways to go about divorce. So we
The
know
problem
that there
is
are things that God hates, but he does give certain guidelines and ways to go about certain things because he knows that they're going to happen regardless.
okay, number one, God is all powerful. He can just ban it because he banned cross dressing, he banned eating shellfish, so he can just ban it. He banned tattoos, he banned cutting your beard. He can just said don't do it. So that's a big BS excuse for me. But the second thing I would say is that that really doesn't address what I pointed out here. This is an incident. This God right here, when he's giving them instructions on war, is literally telling them that they can go ahead and rape people. Let me give you an example of what I mean by that. You live in the United States, right?
I do.
Okay. Let's say for some reason the United States and Mexico go to war, right? Let's say a soldier goes to Mexico City and sees some hot Latina chick that he wants. He then takes her, unalives her parents, and goes back to Texas, lets her live in lets her live in his house for about a month, shaves her head, and then has sex with her. Is that great?
I don't believe so. I wouldn't consider it.
That wouldn't be great. To go to another country, capture a woman from another country, bring her back into yours, and
So I
then have sex with her a month
I
later.
believe that
That's not rape.
again, I think that we're being intellectually dishonest as to the way the world worked.
Nah,
And
nah, nah. Hood. Listen to what I'm
way the
saying, Hood.
world
Listen to what I'm saying, Hood. Listen to what I'm saying, Hood.
I'm
Hood, listen
fully
to what I'm saying.
understanding
No.
what you're
Because
saying.
you're kind of dodging. You're kind of dodging this. In every single country, this would be a war crime. Would it or would it not?
Where?
In the United States, you cannot have war.
Oh,
And according to hold on, wait. In the no timeout, no timeout, no timeout, no timeout, no time, no timeout. There's no
Arabic
timeout.
countries do this all the time.
Say that again.
Islam does this all the time.
And it's a war crime. And it's a war crime.
To our human American standard.
No, not just a human American standard. According to international law, this is a war crime.
International law is made by humans.
And it's a war crime. What are you talking about?
I don't think that you're understanding what I'm saying when it's made.
No, I don't understand what you're saying. What I'm saying is this. If you were to describe this, right, to anybody, any general, any nation, anywhere, and if you say our soldiers can go into your homeland while we're at war and capture women and make them our brides, this would automatically be considered a war crime. And if God is all knowing, he know that we would have seen this as detestable, but he gave them instructions on how to do it.
Sir,
that's literally great. No. Listen, and if you look up what war grape is, this is described as war grape.
Understood. What you just said was exactly goes back to my initial point, is that there's a lot of things that God detests, but he gives guidelines as to how to go about doing.
Why did he give guidelines for grape?
Why did he give, again, to my first analogy, why did he give guidelines to divorce, and he hates divorce?
I don't know. I don't give a shit. Okay, divorce is not great.
So again, we don't know.
Divorce isn't great. Divorce is not great. Divorce is not great.
Again, we are outside.
Is divorce grape?
It's outside of our knowledge.
Is divorce grape?
It's the exact.
Is divorce grape?
Hated action is a hated action. It's.
Yo, hood.
Your God.
Listen, hood. Is divorce grape?
Is no.
Which one is worse, getting divorced or getting raped?
Please tell me what it matters when we're talking about all things that we hate. So if there's this being that hates this category of things, but in this category of things, he takes one of them out because it's deemed not that bad. He provides guidelines. There's been multiple instances of things that we would describe as heinous, but there were guidelines
why would he give guidelines for grape?
Why did he give guidelines to divorce and he hates divorce? I can't answer that question. I'm not God, and I'm not dodging. I said in the comments that I had.
Okay, so that's cool. No, that's. But hold on.
Question, though,
I got you. Hood. You're being. If you say that you don't know, that's fine, bro. That's honest. I got you with that. Okay. If you say I don't know why God would give, instructions on how to do this heinous things, I don't get it.
I don't know.
That's fine, bro.
It's not that.
That's fine, bro.
It's not a specific heinous thing. It's I don't know.
Yeah, this is grape.
I don't know why God would give guidelines as to why
for grape.
How to go about doing anything he defines as detestable or that he hates. So if he hated divorce so much, again, I would question why he didn't just ban it. But it's consistent that there's things that he detests and he hates, but he also gives
guidelines, which is shitty. Because because divorce, I can't say that as a human, because none of us want to be great. And you don't want to be great.
But you can't negate, but you cannot say that he's propagating or promoting said activity.
Yeah, he is. He didn't ban it.
Because I've already given you an example where he hates said activity.
He's promoting it. You know what? You know why I said that he's condoning it?
And I disagree, but I do have to get back to work. I'm not gonna lie. I did only have a couple minutes.
All right, cool. No problem. Yeah, have a good one, bro. The reason why I would say that he's condoning it is because we don't promote this in our own society. We don't condone war grape. We don't condone taking brides and captive brides. We don't condone that. So what do? In the Geneva Conventions and international law, we ban it. This is exactly what we do because we don't want people to we don't give guidelines on how to have grape. We don't give guidelines for that because we don't want to condone it. Is what it is. All right, I do have more guests.